Welcome back everyone to Gotham Legacy. In today's video we'll be talking about everything we know about James Gunn's new Superman movie, Superman Legacy. So Superman Legacy is the first official debut of James Gunn's new chapter into the DC cinematic universe, chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. So for people wondering about Blue Beetle, because I remember when Blue Beetle was first being hyped, a lot of even James Gunn said that yes, Blue Beetle is part of this universe, and James Gunn reconfirmed that on a tweet. He basically did confirm that Blue Beetle will be in this universe. The interaction will be with the same Blue Beetle, but the first official film from this new studio will be Superman Legacy, and everything that follows will be from this new studio. Now, I won't really go into the casting. I have everything on screen for you guys to see, so you can see who's playing Superman and etc. Instead, what I'm going to be talking about is the characters, because surprisingly, this movie is filled with a ton of DC characters. James Gunn has said multiple times that this is an established universe. This is a universe where superheroes existed before Superman. So it is interesting of how Superman will become the superhero we know, with truth and justice like the American way. Surprisingly, one hero that we do know exists is going to be Metamorpho, which basically, if you don't know who he is he's a hero which can shapeshift. I'll throw an image for you guys above on screen. If you want to read comics about him, I don't know any comic recommendations, but if you want to see what the character's about, Batman the Brave and Bold had a few episodes with him and they were fantastic. So definitely give Batman Brave and Bold a try, because a lot of these unknown characters are kind of from that show, and it's definitely worth checking out. Another surprise appearance is going to be Guy Gardner. So the Green Lanterns do exist in this universe. I know I said I won't talk about the people playing the characters, but this caught me off surprise because Nathan Fillion, who is the definitive voice for Hal Jordan, is actually going to be playing Guy Gardner. And for those who do not know who Guy Gardner is, he's this arrogant, cocky individual who's a pain in the butt at times. And we really know how James Gunn really flushes out those characters like Peacemaker, as we saw in Suicide Squad. So it is going to be very interesting seeing this new take of Guy Gardner. I'm excited at least. And Hawkgirl will be making an appearance in this film, and it's going to be played by Isabella Merced. So I do expect a lot of references about Thanagar and Thanagarian culture. And for those who don't know what is Thanagarian culture, is basically the culture of the Hawk people, to make it simple. With all the casting and characters out of the side, I really want to talk about the plot for this film. So James Gunn has expressed that this film is going to take the approach of All-Star Superman's characteristics from the comics. And for those who don't know what All-Star Superman is, it's a comic written by Grant Morrison. And the basic plot is Superman is dying, and you just see how he lives his life until his death. And it's a very wholesome comic. It's about Superman being Superman. It's about him helping those in need and just being an inspiration for those who need someone in their lives. So this movie is not only going to be exploring that how Superman is the embodiment of truth, justice, and the American way, but it's also going to have a deeper story in regards to how Clark is going to reconcile with his Kryptonian heritage. And I think that's how they're going to be introducing Supergirl. So James Gunn explains the differences between Superman and Supergirl by saying that Superman is a guy sent to Earth and raised by loving parents, whereas Supergirl in this story is a character raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everyone around her perish in some terrible way, so she's a much more jaded character, end of quote. it is important to note that although Supergirl is a part of this movie, we do not know how prominent she's going to be. We do know that they are making a Supergirl movie in the future, which is based on Tom King's 2022 comic, Woman of Tomorrow. And that comic was more of a space adventure where we saw Supergirl, just going through planets and surviving. It was more of a sci-fi fiction type of comic. I didn't read all of it. I just know the synopsis of it. So please, I do want to reiterate that I haven't read this comic. I just know the synopsis. But anyways, from my understanding, I think James Gunn is really adding Supergirl into this film as a connection for Clark to connect with his Kryptonian heritage, because obviously he doesn't know anything about Krypton. Kara does, and so this film, I think those guys' dynamics is what's really going to be highlighted and going to be a main focus. I really do predict that Supergirl will be having a main prominent role in this film, and it's going to have to do with his heritage, really. So the last thing that we're going to talk about in today's video, and the last bit of information that we really have about this film, is Superman's costume or Superman's suit. So it's a very mixed bag. You have some people who think it's all right, and then you have some people who think it's like horrendous. I am kind of in the middle personally, because I think we haven't seen it in action. I think if we actually saw it being shot in film during a trailer, maybe an actual photo shoot, I think the suit will look much better. But if you're asking my opinion on the design of the suit, it looks really homemade. So I'm assuming that this is Superman's first trial and error suit. This suit is probably made and knitted by Ma Kent. So I do see those qualities of stitching, and it's a very light fabric material. I do believe at the end of the film we're gonna get a more authentic, finished version of Superman's suit. Please keep in mind that this is Superman's first introduction, so I do think this is like a preliminary suit in the film, and then at the end of everything we're gonna get an actual, Henry Cavill type of Man of Steel Superman armor. So that is all the information I have that we all know currently about this new Superman movie. Obviously, it's being shot right now. Leaks will be coming in, and we'll get more information about this whole entire movie, the main villain, how everything is going to be set. So I highly recommend you guys to subscribe. I will keep everyone posted as we know more about this film. And it's an exciting time to be a DC fan, guys. We're getting new stuff finally, and I just can't wait. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely give me a like, subscribe, and do comment down below if I did miss anything. I do want to make this into kind of like a community post where we can all exchange information together, and I will see you guys in the next video. You all have a wonderful day.